Hey friends, welcome back to another Table Talk episode. Today we're going to be talking about changing your life goals and career paths in your mid to late 20s, because that is exactly what I'm doing at the age of 27. And maybe if you're feeling a shift in your heart, then this video is your sign. Let's rewind a bit. I've spent the last 3 to 4 years doing freelance marketing work, from social media to brand strategy, graphic design, content creation, PR management. I've done it all and I was good at it. It paid the bills, it gave me the freedom to travel, work with really cool brands, and work from anywhere and anytime I wanted. But I wasn't passionate about it and I wasn't feeling fulfilled in life. Don't get me wrong, I loved my time spent freelancing, and I'm so thankful for the incredible clients and business owners that I've met along this journey. But the longer I sat and thought about my long-term goals, like what I wanted to be doing for the rest of my life, the more I started to feel less and less fulfilled. Then one day I got invited to work on the set of a Netflix production for a week straight. I can't say much about this experience because the episode hasn't aired yet, but just know that it'll premiere this summer. It was nothing fancy, just some background extra work, but I fell in love with the feeling of working and acting on set throughout that week. Every single day I woke up and it was super early call times and we wouldn't get done until late in the night. From the camera equipment, the creativity, watching the production crew, the director, and all of the assistants work hand in hand with the cast, making set friends, the crafties, and just the overall feeling of being surrounded by people that were collectively working together to tell one story. That feeling just ignited something deep within my soul that I thought I had long forgotten about, like within the depths of my soul, almost like a forgotten memory. And I remember driving home after a long 12-hour day on set and just thinking to myself, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to act on more sets. I want to create. I want to be a part of this world. And even though it was a long set day / week, like the whole entire week was just filled with like 10, 12-hour days, we never wrapped earlier than that, I never came home feeling drained or exhausted. In fact, I felt invigorated. Every single day, I was like, I cannot wait to go back to set again. I can't wait to do that again. And that's when it hit me. At 27 years old, I finally realized what I wanted to do with my life. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still going to do YouTube. You guys are never going to get rid of me. Even at the end of my lifetime, I still want to be creating videos and sharing stories with you all. So don't worry about me abandoning ship here yet or ever, especially when I just became monetized on YouTube last year. Like, it would be such a waste to just throw this all away, especially when YouTube and creating videos is also something that I'm really passionate about. I love filming, editing, sharing my life, telling stories, and just building the safe little corner on the internet with all of you. But I think that my love of filming and storytelling also transitions into acting. And we've all seen the YouTuber to actor pipeline fulfill itself many times before. This is nothing new. So this isn't something that's so far-fetched for me to pursue, at least from my perspective. And honestly, YouTube, alongside the freelance marketing work that I'm still doing to this day, is helping me pay my bills right now and support my dreams of becoming an actress. Between brand partnerships, the YouTube partner program, and freelance gigs that I'm still working on, the flexible and remote schedule allows me to apply, audition, work on sets, and still do what I love to do, which is ultimately being creative and telling stories. What's even cooler now is that I get to document and share my journey with all of you as an actress and creator, but also I get to share this with my future self. Like, how wild is it that we live in a time in this digital world where we get to create and publish whatever we want to look back on, like our own mini time capsule. It's like I'm creating behind the scenes moments for you guys in real time. Not only will you be following me along for my content creation journey, but now also my acting journey. I'm literally now creating the content that I wish I could have seen when I was younger. Like, just an up and coming actress chasing her dreams, not taking the traditional route, and just trying her best to figure her life out while still doing what she loves to do as a creator. And while all all of this is happening around me, another dream happened to resurface for me, and that is writing. I used to write stories as a little kid all the time. I'm being so serious when I tell you guys that I have an old hard drive just full of old Word documents that I've written from when I think my first short story I've ever written was when I was 9 years old, going into 12 years old, 14 years old. Like, I just have a bunch of short stories saved on that hard drive. I even once had a high school teacher back in my freshman year who assigned us with the task to write a short story. And I remember the little writer in me was so excited and happy to just put my work more out there, but also have it critiqued and graded by, a more professional. And I remember when I submitted in my story, it was way longer than the word count and page count that was required. And did some of the popular girls bully me for that? Maybe. But I did get 100, like plus on that paper. And I remember she wrote a comment underneath the grade saying, "I could not put this down. It was such a page turner. Please write a book someday and remember me when you're famous." And I still have that exact printout with the grade and comments on it. Like, I still have that project saved in my memory box. And it's something that has always just been in the back of my head, but it was always just that. Like, these dreams were always something that I didn't think were attainable. Like, I never thought that I could work on set as an actress until I experienced working on set that week. I never thought that I was capable of writing stories until I returned to writing stories for fun as a hobby and realized how passionate I was about creating stories. Somewhere between trying to live up to societal standards and make something of myself and all of these deadlines and adult things that you need to do and figure out in your 20s, within all of this whirlwind, I lost sight of my passions. I forgot that growing up, I wanted to be a writer or an actress. I forgot how happy these things made me. And it's kind of emotional to talk about, honestly. Within this past year, the start of 2025, I started dabbling in short story writing again, and it just satisfied that itch that I had that I never knew how to fulfill until I started coming back full circle and realigning myself with my passions this year. And it does have me thinking, on top of pursuing acting and going to auditions, maybe one day I could publish a book, whether it's a memoir style, fictional. The point is that feeling that I get in my heart when I get to go to auditions or act on set or write my short stories is just so indescribable, and it kind of makes me emotional talking about it. But we're not going to cry on this table talk episode. No, we're not. But it just goes to show like how important it is to fill those sparks of joy in your life. And I'm actively listening to those feelings and chasing that spark of joy and passion every single day now. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Isn't it scary to pivot? Isn't it too late? Aren't you too old? And yeah, it is scary. There are days where I definitely feel like I'm falling behind in life, or I'm not where I need to be right now. I definitely have that existential dread over the feeling of not being where I need to be right now. There definitely is a time factor in the back of my mind, but I'm trying not to let that fear rule my life, because if I do, then I'll give up and I won't try, and there's nothing scarier than that, especially when I'm not where I want to be financially right now. But do you know what's even scarier? Waking up one day and realizing that I've settled because that is what society told me to do. I'd rather be a beginner again than feel stuck doing something that doesn't spark that passion and feeling inside of me. You don't have to have everything figured out by the time you're 25. You can be 27 and change everything about your life. You could be 35, 40, 50, 60 and still start over again. My mom remarried in her 50s. Michelle Yeoh won her first Oscar when she was 60. My point is, you're never too old to pursue the life that you've always dreamt of. Whenever I have these life conversations with people on set and I express to them how I'm approaching my 30s, yet I feel like I have nothing figured out in life, they just shake their heads at me and assure me that I am still young and I still have time to figure things out. Especially with acting, I had an incredible and insightful conversation with Orlando Jones recently on the set of Abbott Elementary, where I got to work as an extra for their season finale, season 4. If you spot me, comment below. But the point is, Orlando, if you're watching this, you gave me such great career advice when you told me that throughout pursuing this passion and this dream, I will hear 100 no's or maybe not hear back at all. But eventually I will get that one yes, and that one yes will lead to several other yeses. So to not give up and to keep pursuing this dream. Another producer on that set also encouraged me to keep creating YouTube videos, to keep writing stories, to keep putting myself out there. And if I keep doing that, then everything good will basically come to me. So if you're watching this video right now and you feel like your heart is pulling you in another direction, then take this as your sign. Maybe you want to go back to school to get your master's. Maybe you've been in a corporate job for years and you've been dreaming about starting your own business. Maybe you're a parent rediscovering your passions. It is never too late to pivot. You don't have to keep doing something just because you started it. You can outgrow dreams. You can replace them. You can outgrow different phases of your life. You can evolve. And in fact, I think you're supposed to. As humans, we are constantly changing and evolving. It's only natural that we continue to do so until we feel as though we've reached our highest potential. You only have this one life. And I know that sounds corny, and I know you hear people say it all the time, but it's true. There are no redos. There are no second chances at life. So what are you going to do with the one life that you have? For my Table Talk community members who are also in their 20s and struggling with what they want in life or what they want to do in life, remember this. Your 20s is when you can figure things out. You don't have to be married or have kids or have a house or have a successful 6-figure career right at your fingertips. You have time to figure things out. And in comparison, the 20-something years that you've lived compared to the 60 plus more that you have left, God willing, is nothing in the grander scheme of things. We have time to figure things out. And even if you're a community member who's older than 20s, like you're in your 30s, 40s, however old you are, forget what society expects of you. You don't need to have X amount of things or have X amount of things figured out by the time that you are 40, 50, however old you are. All you need to worry about is living your best and most authentic life for you. Here's the thing I've learned at 27. Your life is yours to build. No one has to understand your journey because at the end of the day, you walk your journey alone. Sure, you may have your friends and family, but no one truly knows your journey or what you're going through except for you. People don't need to know why you walked away from a stable job, or why you're suddenly obsessed with acting like me, or why you're choosing to go back to school. Whatever life decision you are going through right now, you do not owe anyone an explanation, but you do owe yourself the chance to pursue the life that you've always dreamt of and the life that you've always deserved. So yeah, I'm 27 years old and I'm starting over, and I've never been more excited. And if you're starting over too, then just know that I'm in your corner every step of the way. And I only hope that you join me on my journey too. If this message resonated with you, then be sure to give this video a like and comment below what's something that you're passionately pursuing in life right now. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more Table Talk episodes. Until next time, keep manifesting and pursuing your dream life. Bye!